everyone, how are you? So today I'm going to be, it's awfully dark here, okay. Today I'm going to be showing you some skin tone sets of pencils. Because I know early on, I was always very eager to get the skin tone sets in order to do portraits, and I wanted to know what pencils to use. So I have quite a few of them, and I just wanted to go through and after years later, looking back, knowing now what I need, which isn't really a skin tone set, but any set, and just figuring out from there. But certain skin tone sets are better than others, not just quality, but also with selection of pencils. So in my opinion, to do a good portrait, a color pencil, you need, pinks and browns and some black and white and, all the midtones of the browns, light brown, medium brown, reddish brown, dark brown. But then also, in order to do shading, you're going to need some blues, some greens, and purples. So you want to have all these mixture of these pencils in a skin tone set. And if you don't get that, no matter what you do, you're not going to have a very realistic looking portrait. I mean, it will look like skin, but it won't look three-dimensional. So to start with, I just used these in my last portrait. And it's the Derwent, very nice professional base pencils, the Color Soft pencils. And I actually got these because I wanted to test out the Color Soft, so I got a really small set here because they are expensive. And they give you pinks, two different pinks here, a cooler pink, a warmer pink, a reddish brown, and a dark brown, and it gives you a yellowish, dark, and a light yellow color, or cream color. So this itself is not enough, in my opinion, to do a good three-dimensional portrait with accurate shading. So I supplement it with Prismacolor using different blues and greens from there. But if you're just going to get the Derwent skin tone set, in my opinion, it's incomplete. You need a little bit more. I wish they had added more pencils to it. Maybe they could in the future. That would be great. Another on a cheaper side is the Crayola Colors of the World. Very bold statement there. But now this is great. They give you 24 pencils here. Okay, there's a large amount of pencils. And they do give you a black and a white, which is great. And you can see you have every tone of brown here, from light to a darker brown, which is great. They also, another color too would be a reddish color for the lips and whatnot, which none of these skin tone sets do. But of course, these are for skin tone, but still you've got lips to do and blush on the cheeks maybe. And none of them give you that either, really. But another problem here, same problem as with the Derwent, there's no blues, there's no greens, there's no purples. There's no way to shade anything. So it's all just pinks and browns and light colors. But they do give you black and white, so I give them that over the Derwent. Because the black and white you need as well, whether for eyelashes or just for the darker areas, depending on how shaded you want to make the face. So, yeah. But, with Crayola, most people probably have the full set already, or even a small set. And you'll be able to get that blue and purple and green from just an additional small set. So easy fix, but it's a shame because it's 24 pencils. I mean, they could have done so much more with the selection there. Now, this pencil set, very high end, the Holbein, very expensive, but they have the best. They only 12 pencils in the skin. They call it the portrait set. And they don't call it the skin tone, but that's what it's supposed to be. So now this one, they do give you the right balance, as I described, what I feel is the right balance. But I guess this is the most expensive one of the bunch that I have here. But now here, okay, so here's their skin tone set. And you can see exactly what I was talking about. They have it here. They got the pinks, they got some yellow, they got greens, they got a blue, green, blue, purple. They got light blue, dark blue, light, kind of light, the pink and the purple there, sort of a light and dark version, and a red, and then a light brown, a darker brown, and a white. However, they don't give you a black. That's the negative here. There's no black in this. However, with the blue and the brown, you can make a very dark gray that could look black. It'd be very natural looking, and a lot of painters and people use blue and brown together to get a very dark gray. So you can compensate for the lack of a black pencil with the blue there and with the brown. So this is like the best, smallest 12 pencil, all it is 12 pencils, you know, compared to 24, just varying shades of brown. Because of course you can get a light brown just by putting a light-handed layer. So this is like the A+. This is the best one, I think, for the smallest number of pencils, 12 pencil set, and you have everything you need to do skin tones here and realistic portraits. All right, the next two are part of a larger set, which is the Black Widow pencils, which I love as well. And you have a light tones and dark tones. Now, I recommend the whole set of Black Widow if you can. You can buy it in piecemeal. But again, you have a problem of, they do have the white and the black. You have to get both sets in order to have a complete, you know, skin tone. This is my backup set, actually, so I have these pencils are still in here. There's the light tone, there's a dark tone. So that you sort of need both. I mean, with any portrait, even if it's a dark skinned person, you need some light tones for the highlights and whatnot. And even with a light skinned person, you need shadowed dark tones. So yeah, both would be good. And however, they do have pinks, they have browns, reddish browns, light. They have, like, no, darker browns. They do have a gray color here, but it's not really blue. It's more of a cool gray and a warm gray they give you. So, you know, it's doable, but it's not as good with darker shading. However, they do give you like black colors here. So you do a black pencil and a white pencil to get the highlights and to get the really dark shaded areas. So Black Widow, if you get both sets, give you an excellent skin tone set here. I wish they had included, though, greens, purples, and blues like the Holbein did. No, so it is missing out on that, I believe. Yeah. And this is like a slightly, what color is this? It's a slightly purplish. I'll have to look it up. I can't turn it around there. They don't list it there. Let me look up real quick. That's a purplish color. Yeah, so I stand corrected. There is a washed purple. That's that grayish color there. It looks kind of bluish on here, or gray. Is actually a washed purple. So you do get a purplish tone, at least. One purplish tone, but it's a very grayed out purple tone. So it's not, you know, and again, there's no blue or green. They have one called olive brown, but that's a brown color. So again, I could have used some greens, could have used some blues, and this would have been better, but it's also a very good. The pencil quality is wonderful. I love it. Yeah, so second best. So first place is the Holbein. Second place is Black Widow. Now I think I haven't looked at one more I just got in a marked color. But I can see already from the cover of the skin tone set, you've got blues, light dark blue, you've got maybe a slight purplish tone, but there's no green in there. So you do at least have blues in here for the shading, so that is good to see. And I haven't even opened it yet. It just came in and inspired me to make this video. I said, let me just do a video about skin tones. I'm going to try these out. Mark Color, this is made by the same company that made the Mark Art pencils. So I'm going to do a separate video comparing these to my Mark Art set, Mark Art pencils. And this tape on here is really good, whatever they sealed it with. Put scissors out. It will not break under pressure. I'll scissors out. Okay. All right, here we go. Very well packaged. I'll review that. Here we go. All right, so these are the pencils. Marked color. All right, so they look very much like the Mark Art pencils already, so I think they are going to be very much the same. But already I've got a dark blue here. As usual, they don't have names on them, but you can tell by looking at it, it's a dark blue. Let me test it out here. Yeah. All right, so dark blue. We definitely have a blue, which is great. This one looks purplish here again. This one doesn't have names on it. It is a purplish color. So we do have a purplish color and a blue color. However, it does not look like there's anything green. No, this is like a tan grayish color. Okay, no, wait. Stand corrected. We've got a green right here. Ta-da! Drum roll, please. It's like a minty green. I prefer an olive green to get a little darker, but I'll take any green I can get. It looks like a lighter green next to it. Yeah, so you get a lighter green, a darker green, a lighter blue. This looks kind of like a purplish pink here, as well as pinks. All right, so this is a very good set. It's got dark blue, lighter blue, grays. You even get an orange, which could work out. It could work out well. So you get that peachy color if you put a very light layer. There's no white or black though, unless this is it's a blue. All right, so again, there's no black, which again with the blue, dark blue is very doable. With the brown, you can easily make a black out of that. But there is no white. The lightest color appears to be this very light, sort of creamy, peachy kind of color. And a yellow is the lightest. So there's no white pencil. So that is a drawback here of this set. They do have the different shades of brown, which is great. Warm brown, dark brown. Yeah, it's a very dark brown, but not black. Yeah, so nice selection of browns. I like this set. Okay, this set is going up in my estimation. Better than and this is 24 pencils. Like the color, Crayola color, that's the selection is a lot less. I would not recommend. So I recommend the Mark color. This is very, this only costs like $6. I just got it. 24 pencils for $6. So you can't go wrong with this one, I think. This one, 12 pencils, I forget what I paid, but it was a lot, you know. So I can't remember the amount, but you look it up, I'm sure it's going to be overpriced. It's all mine for you. Black Widows, you know, mid-range. It's not too expensive, but it's not cheap as maybe the Mark color are. So any of these three, I recommend. They give you the right colors, so you have a good. Now there's one more set I haven't covered that is excellent as well and very affordable, and that is Starjoy Gold. Highly recommend. I followed the channel Color My World. She helped as a professional artist, and she designed this with the color pencil company. Great pencil set. This one is only like $20 for 120 pencils. So you're starting off there, and the way she ordered it is wonderful. It's the best set the way it's ordered. I love it. The pencils are numbered 1 through 120, so you never have to worry about them going out of order. If you don't, putting it back is a cinch because you don't have random numbers like in other places. And you can see all the colors on top. Now, she separated them by the skin tones and the color, what she called CC color correction, which are for the shading of the skin tones. So she separated the pencils. So if you're wondering, what pencils do I use for a portrait? Do I need to get a skin set? You don't need to get a skin set because she already separated the pencils in the 120 set for you. So on top of all the other 100 pencils, you get the skin tones. This is like a little mini skin tone set right here. So, and it's marked off in the cover here where it says S is skin tone. So it starts at number 87 and it goes down to 104. So 87 to 104. So, and then your number order again, 87, 88, 89, 90. So right here is 87. It's like a light purplish kind of tone, like washed purple. And it goes all the way to 104, which is 1, 2, 3, right here, burnt ochre 104. So this right here, I just marked off. This right here are the skin tones. It's all in one place. You've got it there. It says SS. You got the number what it says, like 94, 90, 94, S, 95. Each one of these is a skin tone. So you get the browns, you get the yellows, you get the peaches colors. Brown light has the name on it. So it says S on the pencil on the tip. And then next to the S, you have the CCs, which is 105 to 110. And they explain this to you. They have a YouTube page, and she explains it as well. But then you get the color corrections, which is for the shading of the skin tones on the face. And here you get the greens. It says CC on the pencil. You can see that. So you've got the greens, you've got a purplish, you've got an indigo blue, and a brown, dark brown here, sepia. So you've got everything all together right here, your skin tone set with the shading pencils that you need right next to each other. And it's all listed here. And again, this in addition to the other 100 or so pencils for a full set of 120, all for just like $20.